I took a deep breath and answered clearly, I'm not willing, Mr. Thorne's expression instantly changed. The words hung in the air like shards of broken glass, sharp, unexpected, and capable of cutting deep. The grand dining room of Thorne Manor fell so silent you could hear the tick of the antique grandfather clock in the corner, each second stretching into an eternity. Valerie's smug grin froze on her face, then twisted into a snarl of disbelief. The other remaining daughters gasped, their eyes darting between me and Mr. Thorne as if waiting for a storm to erupt. Mom's voice shrieked in my head, raw with panic. Scarlett, what have you done? Are you insane? You just threw away billions. Her tone was so frantic it made my temples throb, but I forced myself to hold Mr. Thorne's gaze, my jaw set. I couldn't back down now, not when every fiber of my being screamed that I was right. Mr. Thorne's brows were furrowed, his cold gray eyes boring into mine like drills. For a long, torturous moment, he said nothing. The silence pressed down on me, heavy and suffocating. I could feel Valerie's triumphant glare burning into my back, could hear the quiet murmurs of the other daughters as they wrote me off as a fool. Had I misread him? Was Mom right, and I'd just destroyed my only chance to escape the hell of my past? Finally, he spoke, his voice low and gravelly, cutting through the tension like a knife. Explain. I took a shaky breath, my mind racing to formulate the words Mom hadn't coached me for. An empire isn't built on blind sacrifice, I said, my voice steadier than I felt. It's built on strategy, on making choices that protect the legacy, not just patch a crisis. Marrying a man in a vegetative state, even if it buys the business time, it's a desperate move, not a smart one. It ties the Thorne name to a family that can't offer real support, only a temporary fix. And what about the cost? Sacrificing my life, my future, for a decision that might not even work. That's not loyalty. That's foolishness. I paused, watching his expression carefully, searching for any sign of how my words landed. You asked us to be heirs, not martyrs. A good heir doesn't throw themselves on a sword, they find a better weapon. If the business is in that much trouble, we should be fixing the root problem, not trading a daughter's happiness for a band-aid. And let's be honest, I added, my voice softening as I thought of the orphanage, of the years I'd spent scraping by. No one who's ever had to fight for their own survival would choose a death sentence of a marriage, not if they had a brain in their head. Valerie scoffed loudly, stepping forward to stand between me and Mr. Thorne, her chin held high. Spare us your petty street logic, Scarlett. You're just too selfish to put the family first. A real heir would understand that some sacrifices are necessary. I, for one, would not hesitate to marry that man. If it meant saving Thorne Industries, I'd do it tomorrow. And I'd do it with a smile. She turned to Mr. Thorne, her eyes glistening with fake sincerity. Father, I know you built this empire from nothing. I'd give up everything to make sure it doesn't crumble on our watch. The other daughters quickly echoed her sentiment, their voices overlapping in a chorus of empty promises. I'd do it too. Loyalty is everything. My life is yours to command, Father. Better me than some stranger. At least I care about the company. Mom's voice was a frantic whisper in my ear, so quiet I almost didn't hear it over the noise. Scarlett, apologize. Tell him you didn't mean it. You're throwing this away, but I didn't apologize. I stood my ground, my eyes locked on Mr. Thorne's face, waiting for his judgment. I could see the way his gaze flickered from me to Valerie, from Valerie to the crowd of eager daughters, and back again. His expression was unreadable, no anger, no disappointment, just a quiet contemplation that made my heart race. Finally, he raised a hand, and the room fell silent.